The only thing I was doing during that time was I was posting on my Facebook.
Right.
Just, hey, I'm doing this now. Hey, I'm doing that now. Because people had only ever known me as a teacher.
Yeah.
So
but the first step for you was making that decision, right?
Absolutely. Just making that decision.
Making that first step.
And so then I went along and I worked with buyers for about a year and something. And then I finally started facing all those boxes of bills that I had. And then I found out that it was about $600,000
Wow.
between my old short sale debt and just a lot of things that had happened. I had an old divorce. I had taken care of my mother until she passed away and incurred a lot of debt from that. And so just a lot of life circumstances in a short period of time put me in this massive debt. And so I sat there and started doing numbers and going, all right, how is it possible? For some reason, bankruptcy didn't enter my mind, not because I was noble. I just didn't even think of it as an option. I just thought I have to pay all these back or I have to figure out what to do. And so I started calculating and I said, there's mathematically no way with my salary and my husband's salary, and we can't even make ends meet now.
Right.
No way that I'm going to ever be able to pay this back. And so I got into, I'm a real estate agent on the side, but no way mathematically with my $10,000 commissions, which were few and far between because I was learning how to be an agent. I didn't have anyone helping me. And so then when I got into doing that at the end of 2015, I ended up at a Tony Robbins event.
Okay.
And I shifted my mind, which became, at that event, I decided I was going to do my first flip. And that is something I really want to share in this podcast, is that mindset is absolutely everything.
Right.
My mindset shifted at Tony Robbins.
Right.
It shifted to, I'm going to flip a house.
Yeah.
My bank account hadn't shifted. I was negative, every single month. I'd get paid once a month as a teacher. And I was broke by day one at the end when I paid all my basics, right? And then I had 29 more days to live again. And then I just kept doing that over and over. And just the thought that there might be some light out there, I was like, I'm doing that. So then I said, well, how are you going to flip a house? Your credit score is in the 400s, which it was still from my short sale. You have nobody to borrow from at all. You have no money. You can't do anything. What are you going to do? So again, going back, and that's something that I've learned is key or pivotal, is going back to the thought process of just shifting the question. Right? So my question shifted again. And the question became, what else could you do? If it's not that you go in this traditional way where you get a loan and then you find a house and you flip it, what else could you do? And so when I came back from Tony Robbins, I just kept pondering over this thought because I had internally committed that I was going to do this. And we're at the end of 2015 now, right? Market's still not, the best. But I just said, I'm going to do it. And so what shifted for me was I was going to flip a house. And then one morning I woke up and the answer came. And it was, get the deal first and the money will come.
Right.
And I was like, get the deal first? Are you going to lie to people? Are you going to go to people and say that you've got money to buy something and you don't? What are you going to do? And so then I said, well, what do you have right now? You have Facebook. So I put on my Facebook, I just put a little blurb that said, hey guys, you know how I'm a realtor? Well, now I'm going to start flipping houses. If you have an old crappy house that, you want to get rid of quick, well, I'm going to buy that house for cash.
Right.
Within 2 weeks, I had a Facebook message. I posted that once. Didn't even get the concept back then that you had to keep posting and kind of keep the conversation. I posted it one time.
Nice.
And I went, and then 2 weeks later, a lady messaged me that I met one time at a makeup party. That was a friend of mine, had Facebook friended me. Knew her one time in real life, and she messages me and says, hey, I read your post. I'm, moving out of state. I'm a single lady. My house is in disrepair. I'm going to, she's probably going to laugh because we're still friends to this day on Facebook when she hears the story. But she said, hey, come over, do you want to buy my house? I said, okay. She said, can you come today? I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I could take my realtor forms with me. I didn't know the process. I didn't know what to do. So I Googled contract for flipping a house.
Yeah.
I didn't even have paper in my printer. No joke. I ran to my kids.
Did you have financing and everything lined up?
Zero.
Nothing.
I had absolutely nothing. Still the negative 500.
Shoot first, aim right.
You know what's interesting about that? You had an idea.
Yes.
Right.
You had a dream. You were determined.
Mm-hmm.
You were and like you said earlier, you were in a tough situation.
Right.
Yeah.
And those are the moments that are really what puts you behind the 8 ball, where you say, you know what, I gotta do something here.
Yeah.
I gotta figure it out, and you took action. And if it wasn't for that moment, you wouldn't have been able to evolve the person you are now.
No, it's so crazy. And that's really what I hope to relay, that I didn't do anything other than shift in my mind.